Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another weekend of Clarinets, Cats, and Coffee. Have you ever been in an ensemble and you're playing along and you're kind of scratching your head thinking, I don't really know where I am. I don't know how I'm playing when I'm playing. I'm just listening to the people around me and doing what they do. Have you ever wanted to just be good at counting and just know? If so, this video is for you. Now, I know this sounds super basic, but everybody needs to know how to count correctly. You have to have a way to count. You can't just look at the notes and expect to know how to do it right away, okay? So today we're gonna focus on counting very basic rhythms. We're gonna do quarter notes, half notes, and eighth notes today. Over the next few weeks, we're going to explore more complex rhythms and methods to counting more accurately. However, today we're gonna stick to the basics. Side note, thank you to everybody who has signed up for my finger speed mini course at Callie's Clarinet Academy already. Enrollment is still open, so I'm going to put a link here below. Anybody who enrolls in a mini course is also eligible to attend a masterclass for Callie's Clarinet Academy. I'll put more information on that below, but I hope to see you guys there. Okay, I'm gonna show you the basics of counting, okay? Right now, we're in 4/4 time, okay? If you don't know what that means, the top number is how many beats are in a measure. The bottom number is code for what kind of note gets the beat. 4 beats in a measure. 4 is code for quarter note. That's what we're in right now. We're gonna stick with that time signature. When you're counting, you want to practice. This sounds so silly and you're gonna be at home by yourself clapping and counting, but I guarantee it'll help you internalize this stuff better. You're going to count out loud with your mouth the actual counts of the measure. You're gonna clap when you play. So if we're just doing quarter notes, and if we're just playing quarter notes, we would clap 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we want to throw a half note in the mix, it gets 2 beats. A half note gets 2 beats. So we would count out loud 1, 2, 3, 4. We clap 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the basics of counting half notes. Now, the one that a lot of people get really confused on is counting eighth notes. Now remember, back when they invented counting, I guess we only had 4/4 times. So when we're counting eighth notes, they are an eighth of a measure, but they are half of a beat long, okay? Half a beat is an eighth note. How do we count that? We count that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Each number and each and is an eighth note. So if we're going to play eighth notes, we would play and we would count out loud 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we would clap 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's mix all of this up a little bit with some musical examples here. The first one I'm going to show you on the screen. I'll give you about 30 seconds to look it over while I'm talking here. So if you look through it, we've got quarter notes and we have half notes. And ooh, at the end of the first line and the last line, we even have a half note rest. I remember it's a half note rest because it looks like a little hat on the line. That's how we remember half note rests. If it's a half note rest, how many beats does it get? 2. That's right. So it's probably been about 30 seconds. So we're gonna clap and count this now. Let's see how we do. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how did we do with that? You probably felt a little bit silly clapping and counting with me, but don't worry, even I have to clap and count things sometimes because rhythms can be tricky. But once you know the formula, you can figure any rhythm out, and then you'll no longer be flailing in your rehearsals wondering how everybody else knows how to do everything better than you. So that was the first one. Next one, we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to add eighth notes in here. Remember, eighth notes, we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But the trick to counting and the trick to not rushing your quarter notes and your half notes, because I can't even tell you guys how many times I have somebody play these for me and they play every single note the exact same duration. Come on. Now, the way that you get this to sound very polished is to subdivide when you count this, okay? So we're gonna clap and count. We're gonna subdivide eighth notes. We're gonna count that with our mouth, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But just as I said before, we clap only when we play notes, okay? So take just a couple seconds longer to look at this. We've got a mix of quarter notes and a mix of eighth notes and a mix of half notes in here. And we even have a little quarter note rest at the very end, which I didn't talk about. Oh, and right in the middle too, which I didn't talk about, but that's what a quarter note rest looks like. And it is 1 beat long. Okay, so remember, 1 and is an entire quarter note. 1 and 2 and is an entire half note. So when you're clapping and counting, you have to keep that in mind, okay? We're gonna go a little bit slower so we don't get tongue-tied, and so we can think a little bit more about what we're doing here. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great! Please don't mind my very awful count singing while we're doing this. But I hope that was understandable for you guys, and I hope you were able to keep up. The last one we're going to do, I'm going to throw in a couple of tricks here. We've got some tied notes. So when we have notes tied over, we don't re-clap again because we're sustaining the note, right? We clap again on the next beat. So you have to be really conscientious about when you're clapping and when you're not. However, when you have slurred notes, that means you're changing notes, you do want to clap on the note change, okay? Does that make sense? Clap on note changes. We're gonna go a tiny bit faster. I hope I don't get tongue-tied, we'll find out. 1 and 2 and ready and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 whew, okay, I almost got tongue-tied in that one, but I didn't. I kept it steady. So if that was too fast for you, you can use the YouTube speed up or slow down to slow it down so you can keep up. But I promise you, if you get good at this, you will never be flailing in your rehearsals ever again. Side note, one of the best books that you could buy for yourself is this one. It's called Teaching Rhythm. It's a wonderful book. I use it occasionally in my teaching. I also am a little bit traumatized by this book in college. Let me explain. In DePaul's Wind Symphony, my freshman year, we had a wonderful conductor who would come in and work with us on rhythm. And he was wonderful, and he recently passed away. I'm very sad about it. But anyway, we couldn't go home until we all could clap a page. The freshmen only, until we could all clap a page of these very basic rhythms together. These were DePaul University music majors, most of them performance. And we were doing basic rhythms like this, and we were having trouble with it, okay? So these are kids that got into music school because they had talent or whatever, okay? So if we freshmen were struggling with being in time together on basic things like this, well, we could all use a little bit of help, right? I will say it does get a bit more challenging toward the end, and we went through the whole book. So you will thank yourself if you go through this and if you have the discipline to do this whole book with a metronome. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a good week next week, and as always, happy practicing.